babies was born. The amount of warmth and overwhelming love I felt was bar none. We as dads aren't always seen. So this is a global shout to all dads, dynamic astronomical dudes. Being a parent is a privilege that we sometimes take for granted. What's up, Dad?
D-A-D, that's the name of a man. I tip my hat to the many men before me. D-A-D, that's the name of a man. I tip my hat to the many men before me. D-A-D, that's the name of a man. I tip my hat to the many men before me. D-A-D, that's the name of a man. I tip my hat to the many men before me. D-A-D, I tip my hat to the. We were part of your conception, our first connection. For 9 months after that.
And what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Dadchop, where we chop it up, dad style. I'm Chuck, and I'm sitting here chilling today on Dadchop in the Dad Lab with hopefully soon to join some other dynamic astronomical dudes. Right on. And here we go. Wonderful day, beautiful day to start. Everything been wonderful. Easy to get into. So everything is good. I like the waking up, kind of feeling the right energy. Yeah, it was a good day to get into things, man. I don't know, I guess every day is a good day as long as I'm still here doing this thing, right? Right. And that's the blessing of the day. The blessing of life. Sipping that hot coffee in the afternoon, that's crazy, but I feel compelled to do so. Coffee is delicious. Oh man, I guess my mind is a little heavy because back on that men's health segment, I had a biopsy done this morning, and it was to remove a pretty sizable skin tag. But, you know, my doctor was kind of convinced that it's nothing to be worried about, but we're not going to ignore that, and we're not going to act like that's the case. So I still had to go in and get the biopsy done so he can send it off and see what's happening with it, make sure that it is benign. So that's where we're at this morning and up to this point. And so, again, your health is super important. Everybody's health is super important, so everybody get checked, man. You know, stay on top of stuff. I'm less worried about what it could be because I really feel if he feels it's nothing, I really feel like it was anything either. I mean, it just, you know, was something that grew, skin tag grew, and not a very desirable location, and it's gone now. So, regardless. Excuse me, hopefully it was benign though, and then that way it's not going to grow back and become 10 times worse or anything crazy. So we're good with that. Again, for me. But you, dads, moms, kids, everybody, make sure you're getting checked out, man. It's super, super vital for your day-to-day health, right? Make your physicals, stay on top of your stuff. Maybe a pain in the neck, but, you know, in the long run, you and your loved ones will super appreciate the attention you're paying to your health. All right, so enough with the Dadchop PSA for men's health. Oh, man. So school's just around the corner. You know, we're moving rapidly in that direction. I've got a few friends that are actually going to start teaching this year. My dad's girlfriend, I really consider her stepmom. She's super sweet, but she's about to start teaching. It's Monday. And then I have another friend, John. He's going to be teaching this year too. So everybody's getting these new positions. And we need teachers right now, I'm sure, right? Especially quality teachers, people who do care about what our students are learning. Because a lot of the COVID stuff, I feel like our kids kind of got pushed to the wayside to some degree, like in that there are standards that I feel got kind of neglected, like the homework things and the going online and stuff. Like the accountability is getting lost with the online stuff because the kids are feeling like if they don't go in and do it, oh well, I can make it up. And I'm like, nah, you can't make that up because that's the assignment. Like that's what you're supposed to be doing instead of or in place of a paper assignment in class. Like go online and get it done. And these kids, my kid anyway, and some of his friends just seem like they really don't care. They don't have that much concern about whether or not, the the task at hand is that imperative, And I'm like, yeah, but it's really just about just get your education. Like get your education done. Learn what you're learning, take what they're giving, and then expand on that in your future. You know what I mean? Y'all like we all did. I mean, I'm not saying that they're any different than we were saying, well, what are we going to use American history for in the future? Well, you may become one of those scholarly dudes that or ladies that decided that history was your niche. So you're going to ride that out, bro. And you fell in love with it and then you got interested in it. My son, he likes mechanics. He likes automobiles. So I get where he's at, but still in all, know it. Just know it. Because it's not going to hurt to know. That's a guarantee. Just know it and be about it. Finish it. Because then you also finish things. You become one of those people too. And I'd rather you be a person who finishes than a person who bags it and gives up. Like, nah. So, it's Friday. It's a beautiful Friday again. Just starting the day out and making things happen was already about most of the chores around the house being handled. So that's been for the most part done, barring some dinner plans maybe. But yeah, outside of that, got everything set. Working on my book. I'm working on another book. I've written a series of pet books. Well, 3 I have done, and I will be sharing those here soon. Nonetheless, they are on Amazon right now. They're under Charles Dowdy, Dowdy. You can look there, and then it should pull up like the 3 books I've written. That's one. The Book of Pooh, 1 Pooh, 2 Pooh. That's why we bark, and can we go for a walk? And they're just fun books about pets. You can read them to your children. You can read them to your pets if you're a pet parent. You can get them on Kindle through Amazon, and check them out if you get a chance. That's kind of that there. Let's see. Well, hey, look who it is. Dang. Thanos, what you doing? Say hi. Right. Big dude. Leaving. Big man leaving. So he rolled around in the back. Check out what he wants to check out. That's great. That's what happens when you're tall. That's funny. I'm still kind of stunned, man. Like, okay, so my real heaviness today is in my mind is attorneys. I had a really horrible experience in 2019 and medically, and can't seem to find an attorney who wants to try to secure this case and move forward with it. Like, everybody keeps telling me I've got a case and somebody will take it at some point, but they waste, or take, not waste, but they take 3, 4, 5 months to investigate, find out, look, go through this and say, okay, well, you got a case, but we're just not going to take it. So at some point, will somebody take it? Or am I just out here in, space? So I don't know, crazy. And that is why I'm stopping in my thoughts, not even stopping. My thoughts are just there. Like, how am I supposed to rectify this? How am I supposed to get justice? For almost losing my life and losing almost a year of time with family and being able to walk and just everything that had to be regained, just ridiculousness, all because some dude didn't do what he should have done. So I don't know, crazy, but nonetheless, enough of that. Just my head is heavy, and that's just where that's at. But you are here on Dadchop, and I am a dad, and these are the things that are on this dad's mind on this day. That's really what it is. But I will say this much: I am super duper enjoying being on this cast, talking to dads, parents alike, just out here doing it, right? So when you want to chime in, chime in. Let me know what you're thinking. I know it's a crazy time, and if this 1 o'clock time period isn't working because more people would like to tune in, but they can't do it till after 4 or 5, let me know. We can always transition because Dad Chop doesn't have to be Day Chop. Dad Chop can just be Dad Chop. So you know, there again, learning the process and bringing this to you live and direct is the way I want to do it. So, we may transition to like a 5, 6 p.m. kind of fucking thing. Pardon my French. Wow, I really said that. Beep. So, yeah, we may just parlay into like a 5 p.m. ish, maybe 6 p.m. ish kind of thing and see what we have there, or, later in the afternoon, early evening. Because I know dinner time. Gotta respect a lot of different things, especially being a parent. I'm like, I gotta consider dinner and the homeworks and the movements and everything that everybody's got to do or is doing. So I'll make sure that we adhere to that for a lot of people, so you guys can start tuning in, man. Need dads, need parents, period, to join in. That's what this is about. Being a community, being a group to help raise these children. Like we say before, took a village. It takes a village, and it does. But our village has expanded because we have the interwebs, so we could holler out here, and bang, we're in the zone. So yeah, I'm like, let's do it. Let's do it together. Right here on Dad Chop, where we chop, chop, chop it up, dad style. I'm going to take a quick break. I got to go potty. Peace.
I remember how I felt when each one of my babies was born. The amount of warmth and overwhelming love I felt was bar none. We as dads aren't always seen. So this is a global shout to all dads, dynamic astronomical dudes. Being a parent is a privilege that we sometimes take for granted. What's up, Dad?
D-A-D, that's the name of a man. I tip my hat to the many names before me. D-A-D, that's the name of a man. I tip my hat to the many names before me. D-A-D, that's the name of a man. I tip my hat to the many names before me. D-A-D, that's the name of a man. I tip my hat to the many names before me. D-A-D, I tip my hat to.
We were part of your conception, our first connection. For 9 months after that, we too craved confections. Watching you grow was a real reflection on the love that we would get from our hearts collection. Gonna teach you lessons, give good impressions. We'll always keep you close so you won't have to be down. Anticipation and excitement now part of the game. So how real is it gonna be just to speak your name? We're bursting at the seams, we can't wait to meet you.
All right, and we are back here on Dad Chop, where we chop, chop, chop it up, dad style. So, as I was saying earlier, just kind of was thinking about the attorney thing, and I just gotta find somebody. So that's it. It'll happen or it won't. Outside of that, let's move on. random acts. Random acts of kindness are great, generous. What I would love to just see people be about all the time. Random acts of kindness. Yes. But I'm talking about random acts. Like out here in New Mexico, some guy or an individual in a truck drives through a parade. Like, why? You know what I mean? Like, what compelled you today to drive through a parade? Like, you've seen these parades probably before. You know, you've been around, whatever. Just, people are tripping, man. I'm like, really tripping. I'm tripping myself just on how much craziness is actually just being unleashed. Just how people are just moving. Like, yo, I'm just gonna do it. And, you know, it's done kind of thing. Like, yo, this is crazy, man. So, I'm like, I don't know if there's a slow down button or if that's even gonna occur or if everything's just gonna stay on steady. Because this on steady stuff is nuts with people doing random things, man. Going into schools and doing stuff, theaters, churches, just grocery stores. Like, what is up, man? Are we really? Is this how barbaric we really are? Like, you know, you always, you know, when you talk about people being, you know, not right or what's not. I mean, we're not all acting like this, or it'd be freaking super chaos, right? So, what's really happening? You know, what's really going on? I'm just like, yo, and I'm not a conspiracy theorist, so you know, think these are plans or anything like that. I just think people are in a place right now where the information highway is so open that everything is just open. So it's just so existent that it's just existent. Period. You know, like most things, probably always been here, and then we just didn't, you know, we didn't really see it because we sort of paid attention to it, and we sort of didn't. Now all of a sudden it's just prevalent, like because everybody can tell it. Everybody can tell it with these devices, these cameras, these, you know, internet tools and such. So more stories are being told, I guess, and we're just being aware. And that, for me, all that is the whole thing behind me being a dad and being worried about all my kids and where they're all at and what they're all doing. Because, you know, all this is what I'm talking about. Nonetheless, you know, people doing so many random things and they're just going at anybody. There's no specific group, there's no specific age. It's just anybody could get it right now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, oh, that is bananas and unacceptable. But, you know, again, what can you do? You know, just protect your family and just try to huddle them up and keep them in your safety net, you know? So that's it. You know, I know when my daughter gets ready to go into these dorms here soon, there's not going to be any constant phone calls. I'll call you and let you know where I'm at or how I'm doing or any of that. Like, she's grown, so she's going to be living her life. And if you hear that snoring, that would be Cheesecake. And she is down there unconscious, my bulldog. But nonetheless, yeah, just that concerns me because she could be out there in the world doing grown up, playing the role, having to be in the game already. Full self-election. Something she decided she's ready to do, so since she's prepared to do it, I'm prepared to be grown up enough to let her get out there and be grown. But does it make me any less nervous? Not really. And there again, just because of everything that's happening, everything I see, everything I hear, this is all real deal. This is what life is right now. So, just want her to be safe. That's it. And that's, you know, just part of, I guess, the school spiel is like, not only do I have the 15-year-old guy, I'm trying to make sure that he stays on task this year. or gets on task at the beginning of said year, knowing my daughter is getting ready to start her next term and in college, and like I'm like, yo, just moving and all this is like, whoa. But there's no brakes to put on. That's the thing. It's just like you got to go with what it is, and this is what it is. This is what life is presenting us. So this is what we must take advantage of, and stay positive, and keep moving in a forward direction. I'll tell you that it's kind of exciting because I'm getting to watch everybody grow and become these young adults, young individuals that they are, and doing like a pretty darn good job at maintaining what they do and what they're about. So super pleased with that. Ah, kids. All right, so here we are again on Dynamic Astronomical Dudes, Dadchop, where we chop it up, dad style, right? So yesterday we talked a little bit about football, and I felt like, or not yesterday, but the day before, we spoke on football, and then I see Dallas is still, like, people are still doubting that CeeDee Lamb could be this number one wide receiver, and I'm like, but wasn't he already, like, even with Amari Cooper on the Cowboys, wasn't he pretty much like the next go-to kid? Because Michael Gallup got hurt fairly early, and so we were using Brown, or I think it was Brown, was one other dude. But those two guys, nonetheless, were the guys that had to show up in place of Michael Gallup. So CeeDee Lamb already had a spot, and all this touting about him, having he'll be the number one. He'll need to be the number one. Can he be the number one? I think so. I think he can catch pretty daggum good. So I think that's about to be seen this season. So yeah, I'm like, yeah. But I am again super excited to see what all the other teams bring this season, because there's gonna be a whole lot of football and a whole lot of me smiling, like the Raiders last night in the Hall of Fame game or what's not. I missed it because I wasn't thinking, and I wanted to absorb some football. I was prepared, and I missed the opportunity last night. And I don't really remember why. I know something to do with dinner, and then because the ladies were doing their nails in the living room, and they were watching a show, Love Island or something like that. Which, that show is insane, dude. Like, it's cool. I'm not gonna get in it because I don't really watch it enough to expand on that. But man, that is almost absurd. Some way how everybody's just always so cool. You got a 6-pack in there, cool. 22-pack in there, even cooler. Well, I got Dad Flab here in the Dad Lab, and I'm cool. So back up off me. I earned my dad stripes. But no, a lot of this is going to be surgically fixed. Oh my goodness. Well, I guess that's going to about do it for our time together today on Dadchop. Just wanted to get that shout out to the universe of dads and say, hey, come join us, man. Come check us out right here on Dadchop, where we chop it up, dad style. And you're chilling here with Chuck, with the dynamic astronomical dudes we are. Word. Down below, like, subscribe, and check out the merch. We got some merchandise, got some dad shirts. I'll be hopefully in possession of a few here soon, and we'll see what we can do. Right here on Dadchop. Peace.